U.S. Farm Report weather is brought to you by H&S Manufacturing. The widest cross conveyor in its class, 28 feet of full continuous merging, and merge up to 5 16-foot windrows into one in either direction. That's what you get with the H&S 6128 Twin Flex merger. Find out more at the H&S website.
It's time now for a check of weather with meteorologist Matt Engelbrecht. Joining us from South Bend this weekend, Matt, USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey is calling it a cool drought. But as we look ahead, there are some warnings of possible record-breaking heat next week. Where's the heat expected to hit?
Yeah, Tanya, looking at that extended forecast into next week, and you start to see the extreme heat show up in two places. One is going to be in and over Texas, where they're expecting a triple-digit heat. Now, that's not the heat index, that's the actual temperature, and then well above normal temperatures back up into Wisconsin and Minneapolis and even into Minnesota and portions of North and South Dakota. A little bit cooler with a ridge building back off here towards the west. Low pressure system bringing some cooler air or below average temperatures this week for parts of North Carolina, Virginia, and even in South Carolina and Georgia in the southeast. The updated root zone map shows you that we're doing a lot better with the drought into parts of Texas, Oklahoma, and then back up into the Dakotas, but still seeing some dryness back into the Midwest specifically. Check out Michigan, where we continue to see some very dry conditions working all the way here towards the east. Pennsylvania and Ohio, we're starting to get into the very dry, if not extremely dry category, back up into the northeast as well as into North Carolina. So the precipitation outlook doesn't look all that great for those areas that are significantly dry. Rather, it's going to be where the cooler air is located in parts of North Carolina and south, and with possibility of some wetter than normal conditions between June 20th and June 24th, and then back up into the Dakotas, where we really don't need any more rain, or there isn't an extreme drought in those locations. That's where we'll start to see the rain. Where that drought is starting to show up into the Midwest, we continue to keep this at or below drier than normal conditions into parts of Illinois, Michigan, as well as Indiana and Wisconsin. As we extend this out even more, June 22nd to June 28th, things become a little bit more favorable for that rain to extend more towards the east in the Dakotas and into Minnesota and Minneapolis as well, and along the East Coast. That's where that big shift starts to come into play, not necessarily this week, but next week. The one thing that is going to be tough to shake, though, the above average or the above normal temperatures across the United States. As we looked at just a little bit ago, that heat is continuing to build. The jet stream, after we get through this weekend, there's the ridge building, and the reason why we have the heat back into Texas and back up here towards the north. Next piece of energy is back out here to the west. That should help with some of those rain chances that we looked at on some of those maps just a little bit ago.
Thanks, Matt. Well, weather again fueling the markets this week, but is there more to that story? We have Garrett Toy as well as Sam Hudson joining us to break down the markets. That's next.